Coming up next is DC News number 88, which is an all DC Universe Vertigo update. And in it we have stories on the new Green Lantern Sinestro's first story arc, or 2 or 3. Also, Legion of Superheroes is getting a Secret Origins book, courtesy of Paul Levis and Chris Batista. A 12-issue Shade Limited series is coming real soon. The JSA is returning, even though they don't exist in the New 52. They're coming back to exist in the New 52. Astro City is also coming back, and they are not part of the New 52. There's a whole bunch of new Vertigo series coming from Vertigo in 2012. We're going to talk a little bit about that. Also, the biggest thing that's coming up in Fables 107 that you can't live without, it has to do with the fairest of them all. Werewolves of the Heartland, what's up with that? We have an update on its shipping schedule, and also the 20th anniversary of Vertigo is coming up next year. What could Vertigo possibly do for that? Cancel a book! All that and more coming right up.
Big things are happening at DC Comics. Bone Comic Book Man, just gotta know.
If we confuse you, let us know. Why suffer chaos? DC Comic Book News, Episode 88, Mystery Vault of Vermin.
How you doing? Comic Book Man here. Welcome once again to my video outhouse. It's time for
DC News.
DC News, specifically DC News number 88, which is an all DC Vertigo update. Not
You know, it's a number
together,
of keys on the piano.
not DC Vertigo, but DC and Vertigo, two separate things.
Well, they're all part of the same company, but
Well, yeah.
but they won't be crossing over.
No crossing over. And of course,
That'd be interesting.
it's coming to you from Alternate Reality, which is located at the intersection of 111th and Kedzie in beautiful downtown Mount Greenwood. As a matter of fact, it's right over there.
It's
Right
rainy
in the city.
downtown.
It's raining like hell today, but yeah, it's right over there, all rainy.
Well, you know, the Bears game, the field's moist.
Good, because the field sucked 3 weeks
Right.
ago. That's a whole other story. DC, Alternate Reality, or all DC Comics are always 15% off every day for everyone, including on my Vertigo comics, my DC Universe comics, and my Green Lantern comics. And that's our first story up. The first 3 arcs of Green Lantern will have who?
Well,
Taking center stage.
in case you didn't pay attention to what happened at the end of the War of the Green Lanterns, the Green Lantern of this sector is now
Who?
Sinestro.
Oh, that sucks.
Hal Jordan's no longer Green Lantern. Now, the first arc will have him taking on his very own Sinestro Corps, because they're going to go, you're a good guy now, so we have to beat the crap out of you. The second arc will reveal the secret of the Indigo Tribe, and the third arc will introduce us to the first Green Lantern, who we've never met before.
The first Green Lantern.
The first.
Oh, the
person who ever-
first.
The
Green
first
Lantern.
person who ever got a ring. Who apparently doesn't like the Guardians very much, and is going to be really, really annoying.
Well, if you got the animated Tales of the Green Lantern Corps thing that was out from DC Direct, I think it's a current release.
Could
Is
be.
it? I think it's a current release. But they talk about the first Green Lantern in there. He's got a little piece. I doubt if it'll be the same character, but they talk about the very first Green Lantern in there.
And yeah, he can't stand the Guardians.
Well, he actually liked the Guardians in that, but
Well, not anymore.
well, they'll change it.
They sent him out in the street.
They'll change everything. Yeah, send him out in the street.
He keeps his ring. When they kick you out of the court, they won't take your ring.
In the new 52, there will be not 1, but 2 Legion of Superhero books.
Yes, they
They'll
will.
be lost in one, and they'll be running around.
Yeah,
in the
one
other.
will be, and one will be around.
But there'll be a Secret Origins book that comes out too. Now, what's up with the Secret Origins?
We talked to you before about the Legion Secret Origin limited series. It's from Paul Levitz, and we now know it's going to be drawn by Chris Batista.
Okay.
Levitz says that this limited series will not be telling another version of how the team was founded. So this isn't, these guys got together and they did this and did all this stuff. Instead, it will explore things we never knew about the creation of the team and what was going on in the world. Instead of like, why do we need these teenagers running around in superhero costumes when the science police are already around? And why would the Federation, why would the people who hold all the planets together, why would they even sanction a bunch of teenagers in costumes fighting crime?
21 Jump Street.
To all, yeah, Johnny Depp maybe.
Any idea what will be up with Superboy in this thing? Because as of last year, Superboy was back in the Legion, which I assume in the new 52 doesn't exist anymore. So
Well, in this thing, it'll be basically the first incarnation of the Legion. So Superboy might be Superboy, or someone will be the inspiration for the Legion. But Levitz, I think, in an interview says he's not going to get into all this because he says it's just pointless for me to get into that.
You know, all the work they did trying to get around Superboy after Byrne revamped Superman and not having Superboy in the Legion, then they finally got around to getting Superboy back into the Legion and having him be the inspiration for the Legion. Now
He's gone again.
Now they're going back to, well, he's gone again. I mean, why doesn't DC just shit can the Legion of Superheroes and leave it at that?
Because it has a very, 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 very small but very, very vocal fan base.
They must be pretty pissed off by now. That's all I
Well,
gotta think.
the fact that
Because they change the origin every other year and a half.
but they said that he's not going to change anything. He's just going to tell you what's going on in the Earth and the time. He's not going to change anything about with the team being formed. In fact, he said, I mean, R.J. Brand is going to have, I think in the first issue, he's going to be like in a panel. That's it. So it's not going to be about the actual forming of the team, but this is what's going on in the world of the Legion when the Legion was formed.
Okay. Shade. Shade is one of the books that will be coming out in the New 52. That Starman Shade, the bad guy.
Yeah, well,
Who was in the Justice League in the last
who was in the
incarnation?
Justice League? I mean, this is James Robinson's 12-issue Shade limited series, which he has been working on for a while. But it's going to be 12 issues now. We told you that he's working on this thing before, but we didn't know who was drawing it. The artists for this limited series are Cully Hamner, Darwin Cook, Javier Polito, Jill Thompson, Fraser Irving, and Gene Ha. The overall story will take him on an adventure which will finally reveal, after all this time, how he got his powers, because no one really knew. He just sort of showed up and he had them. And actually, before Robinson came up and worked on him, most people went, Shade? Yeah, he sucked.
Well, Shade was one of those C-level characters that nobody cared about. We talked before in the Marvel news about the 12 and how that was nothing but a bunch of C-level characters that Marvel finally get around to doing something with. That's exactly what Shade was. Shade was a C-level villain for a B-level Starman from the Golden Age.
Yeah.
And Robinson took him and made something out of him.
And he's, for all you people are going, are we going to see the Starman in this? No. He's done. You will never see that character again.
No. One thing apparently we are going to be seeing, though, is a team that doesn't exist in the New 52, which I guess exists now in the New 52.
Well, this is a book that everyone's heard rumors about. This is the book that when they asked Bob Wayne at the London Retailers Conference, he couldn't confirm it. But it's more or less been a given, and it's been leaked out that James Robinson and Nicola Scott are doing a new JSA series. The fact that the first superhero was Superman, which could mean that these will be JSA characters that were existed in the original series, but they won't be old people anymore.
Well, so this would be a contemporary, brand
It would
new,
be-
just started team.
It would be a
calling
contemporary,
themselves
brand
JSA.
new, yeah, and it'll be drawn by Nicola Scott, because one of the things that happened in San Diego is every single panel DC had, a woman got up and went, "Where are the women working at your damn company?" So Nicola Scott's a woman, so that means she and Gail Simone are working on books.
I posted a thing on Facebook that was on Bleeding Cool, I think, not sure, but I think it was on Bleeding Cool, where they were bitching about that. Yeah, the New 52 has got, I think, one female creator,
Yeah,
Gail Simone.
Gail Simone.
And that's it.
No
And
female artists.
you've got 52 books, you've got essentially 104 creators, one writer, one artist on each book, and Gail Simone is the only female out of 104 potential slots. A lot of people are doubling up on work, obviously, so it's not 104 people. But Gail Simone is the only female in there, and it's like, really? And you're doing a handful of female-centered books. I mean, there's Batgirl, there's Supergirl, there's Wonder Woman, there's Voodoo.
Yeah.
There's something else that escapes my mind. I can't.
Batwoman, yeah.
Batwoman. And really,
And
you
actually,
can't find any women at all to work on any of these
Well,
books.
Batwoman has a backup female artist, but yeah, I mean, and so Dan DiDio and Jim Lee, they made it a point to post on the DC Source blog. Yes, we heard you. Yes, we got tired of you yelling at us. We're going to try hire some more female creators. The biggest problem they got is that most of the female creators who work now, they're all working at Marvel. Thank you, DC, for not developing any new talent.
Well, still, DC could go out and find some new talent. There are conventions.
Well-
They used to do that. Dick Giordano used to go to cons, look at portfolios, and hire people.
Yeah, yeah. And actually, Grant Morrison at one of the panels, he says, "You want to be a woman working in comics? Turn stuff in.
Well,
See what happens."
since DC's not at Wizard, Artist Alley had a fairly good smattering of female creators.
Yes.
Yeah, but
This year, I mean, more so than.
I mean,
two or
yes, I mean,
three,
you've got, I mean,
half a dozen, maybe.
DC's
eight.
got Jill Thompson. They've got Amanda Connor, who's there because
Right.
she hangs out with Jimmy Palmiotti.
Well,
But they're talking
Marvel
about people. They're
creators
talking about
is
people like Marjorie Liu, who's a novelist who just works basically for Marvel. They get Kelly Sue DeConnick, who would do more work at DC, but she's married to Matt Fractions. How much work do you think she's going to do for the competition? I mean, so you got to go out and find these people. You know, just sort of
Right.
wander in.
That's what I'm saying. If they showed up at the con, they might have run into a few female.
Yeah,
creators.
but yeah, they don't do that at the cons. I mean, they're at home. They're enjoying the weekend.
Before we get to the Vertigo news, we have one more bit of DC news, which a year ago would have been Wildstorm news. Astro City is coming back.
It'll return as an ongoing series probably in December because DC doesn't want to confuse people because Astro City has its own continuity and is not part of the New 52. So if it pops up around the time that the New 52 books are popping up, people will go, "Is this new?" It's not new.
We're confused.
So they're keeping Astro City on a separate
Astro,
Earth.
Yeah, Astro City will
separate
live
Earth.
on its own little world.
Cities.
And Kurt Busiek and Brent Anderson have got at least about a year's worth of stuff in the can already, so this book will never ship on
And Bo,
time.
maybe it's time for you to pitch him your idea. Afros.
Afro City. That's a hell of a book. Fro
Uh-oh.
City, baby.
Haircut time.
Fro City.
Okay, transitioning into Vertigo news. There will be a whole bunch of new titles coming up in 2012 from Vertigo.
I bet you all of them get canceled within 6 months.
Oh, you're so cynical.
What a
It's
great
the
guy.
hair.
Now, but
Send all letters to him. Yes.
Adam Hughes is going to be doing the covers for a new ongoing series called The Fairest. The first arc has been from Phil Jimenez and Bill Willingham. The arc is going to be following the events from Fables 107. Now, since
So this is a Fably.
this a Fables companion series will take the place of the other Fables series. Jack of Fables has got canceled. Now, for all you fans who are going, I like the Cinderella limited series that Chris Robinson was writing.
2 of them.
Because she's a star of the series, she doesn't get another limited series. She'll be part of that. It'll be just about women. Chicks.
Just about women. There you go, women. Adam Hughes is doing the covers, and Phil Jimenez and Bill Willingham, neither one of which
all
has
those
have
guys.
a vagina, are working
Yeah,
on
all
it.
those guys. Well, Jimenez is gay, but
Well, that doesn't. That,
but that doesn't count.
That doesn't count.
It becomes a little.
That doesn't count. Yeah, about that much.
Doesn't count.
Werewolves of the Heartland has been pushed back yet again.
Yeah, again. Jim Fern Willingham's book was supposed to have been out, I think, a couple months ago. Then they said, well, it might be out for Christmas. And then they said, 2012, but you'll get an extra Christmas issue of Fables in its place.
Great.
It'll cost less than a graphic novel.
Which may or may not be the 20th anniversary celebration of Vertigo.
That's next year.
Which will be in
That's next year.
In-
2012 is Fables 125.
125.
Will be a special issue celebrating the 20th anniversary of Vertigo, which is next year. It'll be a big, oversized book filled with a whole bunch of stuff. And Fables is probably one of the most successful books they've ever done. But,
one of them.
yeah.
I think Preacher's probably been more successful.
Preacher's probably
and
more-
Sandman's been infinitely more
Sandman's
successful.
been
But,
infinitely-
but
but
for this
Fables-
point in time, yeah.
Considering the way the Vertigo's run right now, it's pretty good. And the problem that they have is they can't develop anything that has the kind of long legs that Sandman and Preacher came up with. So Fables lasting 125 issues is pretty amazing.
Last story up. Vertigo has done an excellent job of taking old DC horror titles like House of Secrets and The Witching Hour, The Witches, and turning them into miniseries or ongoing series, all of which has been canceled. House of Mystery is about to join that illustrious group.
Yes, House of Mystery will be ending in October, but it will be replaced by a new anthology title called The Unexpected this same
Which
month.
used to be one of DC's
Yeah, so
horror
so
titles.
House of Mystery probably in 1 week, and then the next week Unexpected will pop up.
Okay. And that's it. We're done. We're finished. We're out of here. We got no more DC Vertigo news, but you can go to the store's website, check out all of the DC news this man sends me that I post up. And where's it at?
Karen Berger's house.
Oh.
www.marltonetrality.com, the last best place for genuine hostility.
So go to the store's website, check out all of Karen Berger's news on her website. And until next time, this is Comic
She
Book
bought
Man
it from me. This is Bo.
saying,
Warning.
this is really a comfy shirt you got here.
Warning, no Karen Berger news involved.
Bye!
The Video Outhouse is brought to you by some of the finest people willing to work for free. This is a list of some of them.